Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, guys, to another edition of 343 Podcast, episode 44. Um, Thank you for the support. We're going to start off with the thanks immediately. We welcome back AF, Riyaz, and our Liverpool contributor. First appearance this season, coming off the sidelines. Nikita, how's it going?
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me back. Good to be back.
Yeah, good to have you back. We've missed those rants about Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've built it up with VAR and the red
Maybe it
cards
was
and all.
good. Maybe my
Maybe it
high
was good.
was good. Maybe it was good.
Looking at the analytics, I think we might have needed it. It might have added a bit of spice to the views. AF, how's it been for you, sir? It's been a bit of an international break, so it means you don't have to watch your team play. How's that been?
Exactly. International breaks is normally a sad time, but with United being in the form that they are and playing the way they are and going through this emotional roller coaster of a takeover, like
Wait, wait.
just bring some sort of normalcy back to the season. Like I just want to watch my team play proper football. I just don't want to be distracted by anything else. So I'm looking forward to this relegation clash over the weekend against Sheffield United. Come on, United.
Yeah.
Ah,
You were talking about normalcy, but this has been United for the last few seasons. So if anything, they're actually very consistent.
you.
A little bit up, a
It's a
little bit of down.
decade. What are you on,
Um,
bro?
Decade.
a few
Okay, we won the
seasons.
Decade.
trophy last season, though, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
Some sort of gradual improvement.
yeah, no, for
Also
sure.
won a trophy under Mourinho, right? Like, so that
Yeah,
was
and
good.
then you got rid of him. You can hold on to Eric Ten Hag, eh? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay. No, just
Backing that guy.
Yeah. If all
nah.
all your supposed rival clubs also want you to keep Mojo Jojo, so please
Yeah,
keep
no,
him.
for sure. That's 100% correct. I can second that. If there is some
Yeah.
sort of a sign up sheet, I'm there twice. Riyaz, the only other North London team supporter here, or we seem to have an easy international break. How you been? Are you upset that break came? Did you want them just to keep playing, to keep winning, or what's the thing here?
To be honest, I'm scared of international breaks because we only have an 11 players that we can actually play in our team. So if one of them gets injured, we're in big trouble. Um, and obviously, international breaks make me sad because I'm just watching like Premier League every weekend. It's only
Mm.
1 week, but it's fine. But at least we make fun of AF and all of that. It's funny, haha. But they at least won trophies. Like we have nothing. So
Big,
that's
big.
a bit harsh. But hopefully, it changes at some point. We're out of the Carabao Cup this season already. I was counting on that
Are
one kind
you?
of.
Are you
Yeah,
for real? Are you guys
yeah.
African? Who did you guys lose to? I
Nikita's
missed
driving
this.
this stagger home further. Eh? She is
Are you
like, she's
serious?
taking
I
it
was
out
too
in
busy with VAR and like being mad. So who
It
did you
was
Mm,
guys like?
early in the season. We got beaten on penalties by Fulham.
Fulham, yeah.
That's really funny. Another London club who frankly look better
Yeah.
in white. So
It was quite bad. I was distraught to be honest. But we went on a run after that. So woohoo! I guess.
call it a run. The run was
Yeah.
Luis Diaz being on side, but okay, whatever. Cool.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
check here. Like at the end of the day, they exited the Carabao Cup because they need to concentrate on the league. So kudos to that. Forward
Yeah,
Yeah.
thinking.
coming top six in the
Nothing.
league.
Yeah, that's
Well,
Rasmus tactics. I like it. I like it.
yeah,
Team step
like a
in.
mind games early on, no? Easy like
We,
that.
we're gonna pull out of the City game through HIA.
Yeah,
Yo, gee.
100%. 100%.
Now, but City is actually one of the teams that you always beat. So actually, don't pull out. Actually, play them, beat them again
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Pep
For the
doesn't have
yeah, like
Spurs
yeah,
number yet. So
for sure.
rather
So
do that.
Arsenal can please beat him so Arsenal can bottle the league in the last 10 games. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, I
Please,
mean that's fine, but at least get your customary win against City, and
Yeah.
then give us
I'm
some
just
hope.
here to fire shots, guys. I don't know if that's why you
He
I'm
came
saying
with,
that's
he
why
came with a
you
gun fully loaded.
The script is being written as it's going, and it's just like
it's
scene change, and it's
it's all
just violence.
it's all fun and games. It's all fun it's all fun and games until we preview Liverpool versus Everton in the Merseyside Derby this weekend.
Hi guys.
Yeah, but
Hi,
yeah,
guys.
okay, fair, but let's not get there yet. Let's ask Nikita. I mean, I've asked you, guys every week, right? Because every week it's something wrong with United, or there's Spurs hope, or there's Arsenal this. Nikita, for the start of the season, which started with a draw, picked up on, I think it was 5 good wins, and then the Spurs game, and then I think it was Brighton last game. What have your feelings been towards Liverpool season thus far? Yeah, what is the mood like?
I mean, it's fine, right? I'm not overly optimistic. I don't think we did enough in the transfer window. We signed some good midfielders. I mean, I think we've done well. I mean, I think Szoboszlai is probably one of the signings of the season. He's settled in exceptionally well as a box-to-box midfielder. He's definitely got legs. He's got great passing range. McAllister, unfortunately, is then, being played out of position, Gravenberch, still young, definitely a talent for the future. But I mean, other than that, we didn't do enough. We didn't sign a world-class CDM, and we didn't sign anyone for the back. So, I mean, for me, a top 4 finish is probably our best kind of aim, and a cup run. For us, I think it's probably properly securing that European football for next year, and I mean, I would hope that that Mo Salah would want to play one more season with proper investment, another couple of transfer windows of investment in the squad to try and win the Champions League one more time with Liverpool. Because we just seem to have some sort of mystic magic with that tournament and try and win it. Because I think also what we're seeing now in the Champions League is this lull in the competition where it's actually really poor. You have this really poor state in the other leagues, not so much in the Premier League, but in the other league, in the quality of the clubs. Even in Spain, I mean, you're talking about probably Real Madrid and Barcelona's worst probably iterations or cycles. So, English clubs probably have their best kind of 2, 3, 4 years of winning, of probably consecutive winnings of the tournament or opportunities to win the tournament than before, right? So for me, that's probably kind of the next year or two, what I would hope. But for me, yeah, it's been a decent start. I'm not overly excited. I don't think we've done overly well. Yeah, kind of happy.
Yeah, you
Kind of not happy.
got your share of red cards, got your share of VAR decisions. So I mean,
I mean,
what's
what
not
can
to
I
be happy
say?
about? I guess.
Look, we've always known the refereeing in this league is absolutely atrocious, right? We've absolutely always known that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we've been saying that on this podcast forever, right? It's just now come to roost. Saddest part for me out of that whole debacle is none of the other fans, none of the other clubs stood behind Liverpool when we tried to call it out, right? So now it's never going to get better. So now when it happens to United next week and they 20 meters, the goal is, you guys are 20 meters onside and the goal's disallowed, suck it. I don't care. Like I don't care. And for me, it makes me want to watch the football less. It makes me like I am now. Like I really like Liverpool's had an okay season. I can't be as invested in the football. I can't get up and scream because a perfectly legitimate goal that's onside by a literal meter, gets called offside. I can't be excited by that.
I think
can't.
what makes it worse is that audio that was released afterwards. It just sounded like a circus. That entire process just sounded like it sounded so bad. Like it sounded like everybody in that bar room, they were doing things for the very first time, and it was a joke.
Yeah, like I mean, I think it's compounded by a couple of things, right? It's compounded by the fact that the audio is terrible. I mean, even if you woke up for the first time and you hear that for the first time and you've never listened to sport in your life or watched sport in your life, that's a shambles. But then also we have the privilege of watching rugby, especially now watching rugby week in, week out, and we hearing on-field calls, very clearly the engagement between VAR and the on-field ref, and it's very clear. And even the linesman and the on-field ref, very clear engagement. Look, I spotted this. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this is the recommended. Let's check with the TMO, etc. Even with cricket, it's very, very clear. So, yeah, it is frustrating, but it's never going to get better if the majority of the Premier League teams don't call it up. So, suck it. And it isn't this bad in the other leagues. And frankly, on a Tuesday and a Wednesday night, we watch the Champions League. I'm still not there to watching Thursday nights, guys. I really am not there. But I watch it on Tuesday and a Wednesday night, and the VAR decisions are not that shocking. So I don't know how it can be that poor in the Premier League. Even Michael Oliver, in the week that followed Arsenal City, obviously a subjective call. That was two subjective calls of Kovacic's, both reds for me. Personally, again, subjective. Personally, I appreciated the fact that he wanted to keep it 11 versus 11, but then where's the consistency? But even if you take all of that out of it, if we just go to the actual factual calls, if we're not going to call factual calls, bring it back or whatever, then I can't get invested in this game anymore. Then I prefer to go to cricket and do Hawkeye or tennis, and it's Hawkeye, and be done with it. That's it. Yeah. Just kind of losing the love for the game at the moment, slowly but surely.
It's frustrating, I think, because back in the day we'd be so outraged with these calls, but that was down to human error. That was down to linesmen being afraid of Fergie, but also just making mistakes, refs making weird calls, and we'd accept it because we understood there's human error in everything. But now we have a system that was implemented to make it better, to counteract all the bad decisions, and it gets worse. And it's really just becoming more of a spectacle. And yeah, like you say, it's tough to watch because even when you watch midweek and when you watch other leagues, all of the decisions are wrapped up quickly, and all of the decisions never have to be dragged out and made into such a complex thing. It's like they have this clear, efficient way. And I think even this week, if you're a rugby fan, you would have seen there were a few potential calls that were referred to like TMO, and they literally, like you say, they talk it through so quickly, and they're like, okay, so this is what I'm checking for. Now that I've checked that, I'm now moving on to this. This is what happy with the on-field, and that's how it goes. And I think everybody appreciates that system. It's going to be unfortunate, and it's not going to be the end of this. There's going to be more dubious calls.
And frankly, Jason, like, if I'm very honest, and I know we're on a football show now, but let's be honest here. Like, football's not a very complex sport. It actually has very few rules. Rugby and cricket, for example, has a ton of rules. As a previous cricketer, like, it has a lot more rules. It's a far more complex sport. For them to make decisions as quickly as they do is also just indication as to how well the referees maybe know the game, right? So maybe it's also a lack of understanding of the game, which I think is what a lot of the pundits are also saying, and maybe a lot of what we as fans are saying. It's like, how well do the referees actually know the game and know the rules to apply it? Because in those two sports, right, there's also a lot more risk that the players can get injured really badly, right?
Yeah.
So you would think that there would be a lot more rules. So you kind of really need to know the rules quite well and be able to, and the fact that they can then execute decisions really quickly, like, makes me think that there's actually just fundamentally an issue in the Premier League, in the sport itself. And unless we start calling these things out, it's not going to get better. And like I said, I don't think it's going to get better based on everyone's reaction. That the Liverpool and the club was all that everyone was just whiny. I saw on the True Geordie, that kickoff podcast, they spoke about it again this week. And basically the consensus was it's fine, it'll all even itself out over the season. So on that basis, cool. Thanks, guys. I'm sure it will. I'll be very happy when City win.
I don't think you're watching the right sources and things like that. I think your algorithm is forcing you into certain things because I felt like it was like, even for me, obviously as an opposition in that game, I switched it off at halftime. I think I told the guys this on the previous podcast.
100%. I saw that.
I switched it off. I mean,
Yeah.
it was ridiculous. Like, and I like the fact that I even said I like the fact that Liverpool went after, like they tried to get something
Without that statement,
going.
yeah.
Yeah, they put out the statement. They tried to, but I don't think that the problem is that, short of calling it a dictatorship, there's nothing that we can do against the PGMOL.
I disagree. I disagree, right? Because the
What can
Premier
be done?
League,
the
Premier League is the 20 clubs.
Yeah.
It's basically it's basically the 20 clubs constituted Premier League. The Premier League appoint the PGMOL, right? That's essentially how it works. So if 14 clubs vote to remove the PGMOL,
It has to stand.
But then how?
I mean,
what's
it's
the
really,
solution
I mean,
to
it
that
really
then,
is.
though? So then we go back to something without VAR. Then we just go back and play without VAR.
I'm not saying it's different. I'm not saying that. I'm saying potentially that crap that they had at Qatar. I mean, I didn't watch much of the World Cup, but that automatic offside that we've had in FIFA since 2006, right? FIFA 206, automatic offsides that they had in the Qatar World Cup. Why did they vote against that? Right? Why did they vote against that in May?
Because they need to fill the room at Stockley Park, obviously. Obviously.
Why did so tell me, why did 11 clubs vote against that?
Do we even know who the 11 clubs are?
I don't think
I
it's
think
allowed.
we could probably take a gander as to who that 11 is.
No, I mean it's open. I mean it's out there. We know which 11 clubs vote for it. I mean it'd be very obvious. The guys who benefit the most from ball, right? I mean it's not rocket science. I would too, right? But I mean, which club has benefited? Like they have this vast scorecards, right? Like at the end of the season, like which clubs have benefited the most from VAR? And I was thinking the other day, but which clubs have really benefited the most from VAR? Like, because now that people was like, okay, so these clubs have gotten the apologies, but then, okay, so Arsenal got the apology and lost, and got, lost by 5 points, or lost the league by 5 points. So actually, didn't Manchester City benefit the most from VAR last season? So like, I don't know if those VAR scorecards are actually all that accurate. But anyway, enough about VAR, guys. VAR's boring. VAR's here to stay. There's nothing we're going to do about it. It's not going to... I'm just not sure it's...
We have to live with it. We have to live with it.
But I mean,
it's going to be...
let's be honest. Be honest. The goal line technology has definitely improved our game. We can't dispute that.
Except
that is definitely improved. That's definitely improved the game. But I mean, how many times have we dispute goal line goals nowadays? Jeez, I don't know. Anyway,
I think it's maybe like a basic English issue also, like the way that they speak. It makes no, like when you listen, like we were saying earlier, when we listen to the rugby people and their conversation with the TMO and with the test judges or the linesmen, it's so simple. They just use normal English. It's simple. You have a conversation. You're like, look, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. Can you advise me on this? This is like check complete. This is offside, tagging on my shirt. What does that even mean? Like, just
they like giving live commentary while it's happening. Like,
what reason?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a circus, guys. It's a circus.
If
for you.
The head of Pogmore was first Mike Dean, and now it's Howard Webb. I don't know, man. We need to. Maybe it must be. Can't even be run by fans, but that's crazy. My
favorite video was that Mike Dean versus that other chump.
That was ridiculous. That Merson filler.
It was insane.
Oh, yeah.
And I was literally like, Mike Dean was like, and well, if he had made that call, we wouldn't have seen that referee ref in the league again. I was like, that's
exactly what we want.
That sounds correct.
That's exactly the outcome that everybody wants.
The action was so heated. I'm like, what is happening?
All Mike Dean kept saying was, that was the law. That's the law. That's the law. But it's the law. That's the law.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
the law. I saw someone tweet, I don't know, like one of the Liverpool like fan accounts or something tweeted that like Curtis Jones's red like suspension is longer than Darren England the VAR. He literally got a longer suspension than the VAR referee for that cock up. I was like, wow, well done. Imagine that. I literally like heard someone worse playing pedal on the weekend.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. We digress.
Okay. Yeah. So, for everybody watching and listening, that's how Nikita feels about VAR. And that's been the start of the Liverpool season. It's been surrounded by a few contentious decisions, some good wins, and some up and down performances, which I think for the first 8 games we'll take it, right? The league's not won in the first 8 games, so that's fine. But yeah, looking forward, we've got a very juicy weekend in terms of fixtures. We start off with a nice Liverpool-Everton Merseyside Derby, which I think, in previous years, maybe it was more exciting. And, Everton pick up form just before, but then they come up against Liverpool and it's like, it's very cagey, very physical, but then Liverpool always prevail. We then go to Man City Brighton. We've got Arsenal Chelsea. So to start, we can go with Liverpool Everton. AF, as a neutral, I mean, it's a busy Saturday for sport because I think Proteas start against England, then it's all the football, then it's the rugby. What are your thoughts going towards that first kickoff game, that lunchtime kickoff? If I'm not mistaken, it's at Anfield. What are we feeling? Everton obviously picked up a good few results recently.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say now it's at Anfield, so it's tough to see Everton walk away with anything over there. I saw the highlights of the game against Bournemouth. They looked quite good. Doucouré looked like he was pulling the strings all over the show over there. James Garner, ex-United player, looks to finally find his place, if I can put it like that, in that Everton team. So it's not like it's like headline names that's going to try and make a difference. They lost their guy Anthony Gordon to Newcastle, so who's their other wingers currently? I don't know. I think Jack Harrison, maybe, to be honest.
As well.
Jack Harrison, yeah.
Jack Harrison, Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil's looked like very much below par this season. I don't know.
Below par before they signed him.
I don't know what's that manager, Sean Dyche. Like I don't know if there's some sort of miscommunication there between them compared to what they used to have. But I think players like Doucouré and Jimmy Garner, I think they can do something in the midfield. The Liverpool team, I don't see any way Everton can get past them. Nikita mentioned Szoboszlai. He's looked really good in the heart of that midfield. Mo Salah will continue his scoring and assisting, especially he knows that I have him in my FPL team, so he's going to come through for me, assist me with those points as he always does. The one thing that I'm going to, and we shine a spotlight on this every single time, is Trent Alexander-Arnold coming into that inverted role, exposing Konate, exposing Joe Gomez, exposing Joel Matip, whoever's on that right-sided side of the defense. I think that might be the one pain point that Everton might look at and think of. Okay, maybe we have an in over here, but I don't think Everton fans should be as optimistic about this, especially at Anfield.
That's fair. Riyaz, just before we go to Nikita, so she pulled that face there when he talked about Trent, and I know she will defend the man. But Riyaz, what are your thoughts? Do you echo AF's sentiments about Everton not being able to get anything at Anfield?
Yeah, pretty much. I think it'll be a miracle if they pull something out of the bag. I think that Liverpool are way too strong. And Nikita alluded to the ups and the downs of the Liverpool team, but I actually think they've had a really good season so far. like really, really good. I think they've played really well. And to do with Trent, I obviously make no. I really don't like him at all. Especially in the inverted goal.
Just come right at the and say it, don't you?
I've said it many times. But like as I say it now, this weekend it'll work out, and you'll have an all-star performance in the midfield with the inverted goal.
I think what he's saying is Pedro Porro over Trent Alexander.
No. I won't say that. Let's be realistic. Pedro Porro is not better than Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'll put that out there immediately. Trent is a great player. I just, like I keep saying, as AF also said, I think that the positives don't outweigh the negatives. And leaving your back three exposed like that is not to my liking. I like him. I would play him on the right back. Definitely. Start him at the right back. Don't let him come anywhere near my midfield. Not anywhere near my midfield. Keep him out of there. I know it's necessary because McAllister is not playing in his proper position. So he needs help in the midfield, and that's how Trent comes in there and he helps out. But yeah, enough about that. I think that Liverpool will destroy Everton. I think 4 or 5 goals minimum. I think Salah will have a field day. I think Luis Diaz will finally have some more happiness, not just 1 goal here or there. I think he's an amazing player. And I think that Szoboszlai will boss the midfield, as you said. So, yeah, 4 or 5 minimum, sorry. And no one from Everton really stands a chance. Like they spoke about Calvert-Lewin coming back as like the second coming of Jesus. I don't know what's happening there. He scored in one of the games, I think, and now everybody's going crazy about how he's going to save Everton, keep them up this season. Just take the loss and move on. Go to the Premiership or the Championship next season and be happy with yourselves. I can't deal with it.
Those are that monologue had a few bold statements.
I'm gonna clip so many of these.
There's some clips here. Yeah, these are real.
And then I think at the end of the season, if we were to do a review, we need to just do the 10 most controversial statements, and 6 out of the 10 might be
7 of them of like from Riyaz monologue.
Yeah. Okay, Nikita. Yeah. So we've spoken about Liverpool on the spot when you hadn't featured, and we were talking about how the front line seems to be firing. In the sense that if you put any 3 in that front, it brings a bit of unpredictability that teams can't really handle. I think it's both a good and a bad thing. We spoke about Liverpool's midfield that I think you haven't replaced Fabinho in the truest sense, and I think Fabinho was missing last season already. Legs might have just gotten to him, and that showed. What are your thoughts? Not just Everton's game now. I mean, firstly that, but do you think that this midfield and front line can push you guys over when Robbo's out now? I think there's a few issues that you have in that back line. Is it just gonna be middle and front that's gonna push you over?
I mean, there's not much you can do. I mean, between now and between now and Jan, you've got like 553 games. I mean, what is it?
Close.
Give or take.
Give or
take 4 or 5 games. We just have to push through now, right? And I mean, we don't exactly have like the fittest centre backs ever. I reckon at some point this season we might have to field 10 players, and Virgil we're just preparing 3 at the back with Virgil the only okay centre back. Frankly, we'll just have to push through. I reckon we'll probably sign Andre from wherever. I think it's Fluminense. Looks like that's on the cards. I know Arsenal, you guys are after him as well. Seems like it in the race, but I mean, I think we'll need to target a probably settled in defensive midfielder come January to really just slot in there, because McAllister is an exceptional. I think we can all agree he's an exceptional midfielder. And I think, I mean, I watched a little bit of Argentina this week, and when he plays as a 10, he's a 10, right? Like he's a legitimate 10, like he's exceptional. So I think it's been a bit of a disservice to him this week, playing him, this season, playing him out of position, playing as a 6 of all places. And he's really looked quite uncomfortable. So, I mean, we're just going to have to hold on. And I mean, we've got some tough fixtures. got a decent run of games now in November up until the next international break. But I mean, thereafter, it's like, I mean, we come back again and then surprise, we play another lunch
Yeah.
again. What a shock!
Mhm.
I wonder if the Premier League like us. Yeah. So I mean, we've just got to hold on. I mean, Timika's probably now a left back for the foreseeable future, probably 6 weeks for that shoulder to sort itself if it doesn't need surgery. And yeah, hold on. But to your guys' point, against these mono teams where you're really gonna boss and stretch them, I don't really see the point of Trent as an inverted midfielder. You don't need 4 in midfield when you're gonna overrun them anyway. So I understood it last year when we didn't really have midfielders. I totally got it then. But I mean, now we do. We have really good quality midfielders. Trent needs to stay out wide and give the protection because we all know he's not the strongest defender. So I mean, I think the more he stays out there, the better. He needs to start smelling the touchline and stay out there. And Riyaz, he's a generational talent. Like,
I don't disagree. I just don't want him in the middle. I don't disagree.
He's David Beckham right now. Like, legitimately.
Casting. But I don't disagree.
That,
I just want him in the middle.
Southgate likes to select Harry Maguire. Like, legit.
Yo, Southgate and his team selections is a whole other
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
I was like, Calvin Phillips guy. Jordan Henderson, Harry Maguire, and Calvin Phillips. I don't know if they have nudes of that guy.
Jordan Pickford.
Pickford
Pickford is the best keeper in the league. Come on.
Guys.
Yes, he is the best Pickford. He is the best keeper with the shortest arms in the league. I agree.
If there was ever a competition, yeah, I would agree with that statement, 100%.
Can we just take a moment to admire the best player in the world, Jude Bellingham? Like, he is ridiculously talented.
Phenomenal.
Wow. I cannot correlate. I was like, I've never been so like calm about a player not coming to Liverpool. I was like, it would literally be like Steven Gerrard all over again. It would be like, you are too good to be in this team.
That's fair.
It would be like, how now? Just be a Galactico.
Yeah.
He's too good.
They would have forced him into a 6.
Yeah, he would have played it right.
Imagine a timeline, or imagine a world where Jamal Musiala chose to play for England and him and Jude were running that midfield together.
He would have been running that midfield.
Jamal. Yeah, Calvin Phillips starts regardless of who.
Yeah, 100%. Calvin Phillips starts, and Jude Bellingham is still playing in front of Harry Maguire, and Jordan Pickford. Like, I mean, we still live in this world. It's 2023.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still here. Also, I don't understand how Harry Kane doesn't go and have a word. I know no one can understand what he's saying, but then write it down.
In Germany, they probably do now. It probably sounds like German to them.
So true. AF.
Maybe he was speaking German before.
Yeah.
And
No.
It was written for him already.
Yo, he was just speaking German the whole time. Ronnie, you on to side. You guys.
Nah, for sure. Nah,
you guys are that meme.
That meme. I spotted that one. Yeah, it's interesting, and I mean, we could definitely do something, and we look at England and what their possible best 11 would be. But I mean, if Musiala was still eligible for England national team, he'd probably be playing under 21.
Absolutely, is he not? I mean, Laporte could just change. Laporte just changed.
So I think the rule is you can't play more than 3 friendlies or something for the national team. And I think at that point, like, Laporte only played like 1 game for France.
But how is that possible? I mean, he was how old? And he had only played like 1 game for France?
He was getting ignored every single time.
But how
That's why he changed.
I mean, he had won like 17 Premier Leagues with City at that point.
Yeah. In a space of 4 seasons, he had about 17.
17 Premier Leagues and 35 League Cups. I mean, come on, do the maths, guys.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah, nobody can ever take that title away from City.
Okay, let's not open that City can of worms now as well. Okay, so now let's I think let's move on to my team's game. Okay, because I think I know how much Nikita loves talking about Arsenal and Chelsea. So
She
two of her
loves
favorite teams
speaking about
outside
Chelsea.
Liverpool.
Loves it. Absolutely loves it. Her favorite pastime.
Yeah. So Chelsea, I don't know. They seem to be playing well, but results aren't going their way. And I think recently they've actually been getting a few wins. It seems like
No. I flip what you said. They've been getting a few wins, but they're still playing poorly. I think that's
okay.
the right word.
Yeah, 100%. I was still trying to paint it nicely for all of the Chelsea fans so that we like don't lose subscribers, but maybe it might be for the best.
I've really lost us all the Everton fans.
Yeah.
What
And now
Everton fan?
Yeah. There's one guy and it's Jordan Pickford, and it's okay. Don't worry. If we were to lose him, then that's okay. That's fine. Yeah. So London Derby, what I think used to be a bit of a big game, now it seems like a bit of a meh. We'll skip how the teams have been playing. Let's just try and jump into maybe a score prediction. So yeah, from my side, I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be an Arsenal win. I think it's gonna be like 2-1. I think Chelsea have something in them that could possibly score, and Arsenal are a bit shaky, although on the road we do a bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-1 Arsenal. And that's solely because I think Martinelli's back and he loves a game against Chelsea. Nikita, what are your thoughts? I know in your family you have a Chelsea supporter too. What is your prediction?
Is Saka out?
Saka could be. I think it's very touch and go. Depending on how much jollof rice he eats for the week, I think that could be secret to whether he
so
plays.
If Saka, cool. If Saka's out, then I'm gonna go 6-0 Arsenal.
As opposed to the 10 that you would have gone.
I'd love
I was gonna go 7-0 Arsenal if Saka was in. So I'm going 6-0 Arsenal. Chelsea are shite. My biggest disappointment of Liverpool season so far is that we did not take all 3 points at home at Stamford Bridge.
It was the first game of the season. You're allowed, man. You're allowed.
Yeah, let's.
Nah, they trash, man. They trash. Arsenal must kill them. Kill them. They are trash on that small pitch. They must ruin them. 6-0.
Standing by it.
6-0. Okay, Nikita's got 6-0. AF, what do you have?
I'm gonna go with a 3-1 Arsenal, and it's gonna be 2 goals from a man called Kai Havertz.
Oh man,
you know, off the back of that brand new long-term Puma deal that he just signed. His boots were the problem all the time.
Yeah,
those Puma boots are going to make him fly, guys. You're going to see.
I think I will love it. And go into a Springbok game after that on a high. I think I'm going to be a bit of a menace. Yeah, okay, 3-1, fair. So I think it's somewhat even. I mean, we have an outlier with a 6-0, but okay.
Just FYI, Kai Havertz is not one of my scorers.
Yeah.
Okay. 6-0, Kai Havertz gets subbed in the 59th minute. And then all of the goals start raining in. Riyaz, what are your thoughts?
I like the symmetry of the Chelsea Arsenal Havertz goals. I just don't think that he knows how to find the net at all. But I think that Arsenal will still. I will agree with the scoreline. I will go with 3-1. In fact, actually, yeah, let's go 3-1. Just because Chelsea are playing a little bit better. They're still not great, but they are playing a little better than they used to. I think that if they show up, it'll be a good game at least to watch. Yeah. But Arsenal are way too good at the moment. Without Saka, it might be give or take a goal or two maybe. But because Martinelli's back, I think they will be really, really good on the attack. And I don't think Chelsea's defense can cope with that really. So the one to watch, I think, for Chelsea will be, of course, Fernandes and Sterling, because Sterling seems to somehow want to find his way into Gareth Southgate's bed again, but he just keeps pushing back out. So I think that Fernandes and Sterling So if they have a good game, I think they'll be good. But I think Chelsea is still missing that number 9, the striker to score them some goals. And I don't think that Havertz will start because, let's face it, he's not good enough to start in the Arsenal team. But if he comes on, maybe he gets a goal here or there. I'll be sad if he does. But it'll be good symmetry, so that will make my OCD a little bit happy. So 3-1 Arsenal, let's go.
Let's get it.
Reece James is back as well, right?
Ooh, that's
No, isn't he injured again?
No.
Yeah, I was literally reading because I was thinking that I think he had said that he was going to be back and stuff like that, and now I was just reading that he got injured and might be out for like 10 days.
Yeah, he's training. He trained on grass and
man.
then he got allergic to the grass. And
Yeah, something like that. I think it was too close to the ball or so.
Yeah, he rolled over the ball.
Yeah, he just did that and then he rolled his ankle.
I think Sterling actually got a red card for it. VAR gave Sterling a red card in training.
In all seriousness, what do we think about Nicholas Jackson though?
I think he had potential.
Looks like what Torres looked like when he signed from Liverpool.
Ooh, that's a good comparison. I like that. But I think he has a lot more potential. He's just
doing all of the hard work and just failing to actually put it away.
Looks exactly like that. It looks exactly like the tap-ins and stuff that he's missing. It looks exactly like what Torres did.
Yeah.
And we know he can score. Like we've seen him all do it. So and do it really well. Like be a real match and looks like when we seen him do it, he looks like a very natural goal scorer. Like very similar to not similar to Torres. No one really even not no one ever, but Torres was very natural. But now he just looks like someone like Samson, like someone cut his hair or something, and now he's got bad juju.
All of the power's gone.
Yeah.
No,
strange.
It's interesting because when you look at him, I think he does lots of things well, but then when it comes to the key thing, he just falters. And I think when I watched the first game of the season against Liverpool, he looked very lively, and I think that was probably only like the second or third time that I've seen him. I mean, I'm not going to claim that I watched him while he was at Villarreal. I've seen clips of him, and all you see in those clips are those finishes, so it's never the overall game. And I was quite impressed with how he was able to hold up the play and bring people in. But at the end of the day, as a striker, what you'll be judged on is if you can score goals. And I mean, teams have now evolved to have many different goal scorers, and maybe it's not just only to score, but I think a big part of his game should be that he has to score. And I think maybe because Chelsea are not creating enough, I also don't watch lots of Chelsea because, I mean, snooze fest, even though it's a little better, So, okay, interesting weekend of football and sport alike. I think that's what we're actually going to call it, because we could get started on Man City and Brighton, but I think that might be another podcast on its own, just because I think it's going to be a very exciting game.
I don't think we should preview another game, but what we didn't do is we didn't predict for the Merseyside Derby.
Ooh, I thought we had given our thoughts to it, but okay, score prediction, I'm going to go Liverpool 3-0 at home. That's my thing. I think Salah's going to star and not just assist.
Okay.
AF, what you got there?
I'm going with a Liverpool 4-1, mainly because Liverpool have been conceding silly goals all season.
From the right-hand side.
Losing their clean sheets for silly moments. So I think that's going to carry on this weekend again. They're going to win comfortably, but it's silly goals that they've been conceding.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna go 6-0 Liverpool. Okay, 4-0 Liverpool.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Liverpool, but down to 8 men.
I like that. I like that.
We just clip that one as well, and we'll play that first thing Monday morning, and let's see whether
just for the vibes. Who's on VAR? Actually, let me check who's on VAR for the Liverpool.
I think it's Darren England. I think his suspension is done.
Nah, he can't be. He's not riffing any of our games again this season.
It's going to be 1-0 to Everton until that 90th minute where what's his name? Darwin is going to come on. Eight men on the field, and they're just going to put him through somehow, and he's going to score both goals in the 95th minute or something, as Liverpool do when they down men.
Let me check here.
Darwin had a decent game last night, though. I think, was it last night? Maybe. I think got a goal and assist against Brazil. So I think the thing with him, right? If he has a good game, don't start him on the bench. Just wind him up and just let him run out. I think to find out. Oh, David Coote, the Manchester-born. It's going to be interesting. I think
Craig Pawson on field.
Oh,
I don't understand this, guys. How does Craig Pawson get this game? But not Michael. Look, Michael Oliver also had a wood the last round out. But I mean,
Oliver's probably at the Chelsea Arsenal game.
No, I think it's actually Chris Kavanagh that's referring us.
Okay.
You genuinely can't call one of them anymore to say, look here, this is the best. Because I had for a long period thought that Oliver was good, but
Oliver is good. Oliver is good. No, Oliver is the thing is, there's only one good ref in the whole league. That's the reality. Anthony Taylor is probably the second best, but he's, he will have 7 out of 10 good games. You know what I mean? Like that's the reality. Yeah.
I don't rate Anthony Taylor. Not at all.
But that's the thing. Like the standard is so low that we're saying Anthony Taylor's a good ref.
Yeah, you actually can't rate anything because it's like the ceiling or the floor is like literally where they operate. That's their operation, they can't go anywhere from there. So I just want to thank you guys for joining us again. Socials, AF, let's start with you. Where can the people find you?
I am at AF Parker 642 on all socials. That is X, Instagram, TikTok. I don't know. What other socials are they? I don't know. I think that's all of them. I do not have a handle for WhatsApp.
Search AF Parker 642 on WhatsApp.
A random invite tonight. On all socials, just chatting footy, cricket, rugby currently. And then TV, movies, comic books as well. That's me.
Sweet. Riyaz, are you active on the socials?
I look at them.
Now you're like so busy.
Like
don't have time to
one of that lurkers in the background.
Yeah, I'm basically one of those. That's actually a perfect way to describe me. I'm just a lurker in the background. On Twitter at Parker_Riyaz, and I just lurk and I chat about stuff. That's and I like people's things. That's what I do. I like people's things.
Oh, you're supportive lurker. That's nice.
Yeah. Those are the ones you should really be afraid of. Those ones that support you but still lurk. Nikita, active on socials or?
Yeah, you can find me on what I still call Twitter because I have still not updated that app on my phone. You can find me at Kita___K on Twitter. Please find me there. I chat all things sport, cricket, rugby, soccer, football, cricket, tennis, love it. And similar to AF, we chat all sorts of comics, movies, telly. Engage, have a chat.
Sweet. Yeah. On X at Jason_Ronnie. I'm on TikTok as well. We are posting TikToks now. We are trying to keep up with the kids. So guys, please give us a like, please give us a follow. As I mentioned at the start, this is episode 44. We're getting closer to that 50 mark where we hopefully are going to be having a few giveaways. So please follow the socials. We'll be posting a few of those things coming soon. All of the love and all the support is really appreciated. Thank you for the team for joining, and thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Have a good weekend, guys. Peace.